Jessica, what kind of mixture are you putting on your arm?
I'm glad you asked, Ashley. In chemistry, there are 3 types of mixtures: solutions, colloids, and suspensions.
When 2 or more substances are combined, it's called a mixture.
Solutions are mixtures of pure substances in which the pure substance particles are evenly distributed throughout the entire volume of the mixture.
There are 2 components to a solution. The first one is the solvent, which is a pure substance in greatest abundance. Therefore, the water would be considered the solvent. Next, you have the solute, which is in smaller abundance, and it is said to be dissolved in the solvent. As you can see, the salt is being dissolved in the solvent. Therefore, it is also an example of a homogeneous mixture because it all appears to be the same.
A homogeneous mixture is a solid, liquid, or gaseous mixture that has the same proportions of its components throughout a given sample. Another example of a homogeneous mixture is a colloid.
A colloid is a mixture that contains particles that remain evenly dispersed in their medium and do not settle to the bottom of their container. An example of a colloid is lotion. If the particles are large enough, a colloid mixture will appear cloudy. This happens because the particles scatter light, entering the medium in many different directions. As you can see, it's not possible to visibly see individual particles in the lotion. This is because they're evenly dispersed.
The third type of mixture is a suspension. A suspension is a heterogeneous mixture in which solid particles settle to the bottom of their container.
An example of a suspension is salad dressing. Although the particles are currently suspended in the mixture, after enough time has passed, the particles will end up settling at the bottom of the container. When shaken or stirred, the suspension will appear cloudy because the particles are large enough to scatter light. If you look closely, you can see particles are suspended in the mixture. This is also why orange juice containers or even dressing containers will say shake well before using.
A heterogeneous mixture has visible regions of varying composition.
Now that you know what the 3 types of mixtures are, how do you differentiate them?
Particle size!
In solutions, the solute particles are less than 1 nanometer in size. Compared to the 2 other types of mixtures, these particles are the smallest.
In colloids, particles range from 1 nanometer up to 1 micrometer. These particles are larger than molecules or ions that are typically found in solutions.
Suspensions contain particles that are typically larger than 1 micrometer. They are much larger than colloid particles. Therefore, the force of gravity causes these particles to settle to the bottom of their container.
Oh, now I know what mixture you were putting on your arm. It's a colloid.
Gotta love chemistry!